Hello everyone, welcome to the broadcast for this Sunday. I hope you're doing fantastic today and have had a great weekend. Heathen Granny, great to have you here. How are you doing today? Hi peeps indeed. Hopefully you're doing fantastic, Granny. Here's our good old friend Arista and good old friend Arista and good old friend Arista. Hopefully you're all doing fantastic and have had a nice weekend. You know, here we are finally in February. February is finally here, guys. Let's calculate how far we are into the year already. We gotta see. We gotta see. I'm gonna do a calculation. We're counting down the days, right? After today, we are officially 9% done in the year. It's crazy. We're almost 10% of the way there. Yeah, just like another week and we'll be like 10% of the way there, I think. So, yeah, how's everyone doing today? I have my tea as usual. In addition, I have a donut. I got the chocolate keto donut yet again. So look, I can peek through here. Here you go. Oh look, and you can kind of go like this. Hold on. Let's get his nose through here. Hold on. Oh man. Anyway. Yeah, hopefully you're all feeling good today. I'm feeling pretty good, doing all right myself. So that's kind of what we're talking about. We're talking about sleep, because sleep can help your mood. How many people have noticed that if you get bad sleep one night, it messes up your whole day? Or if you get good sleep, it can enhance your whole day. You know, I got good sleep last night. I woke up feeling really good this morning. So my day has been good, but there's plenty of other times that that's not been the case. So yeah, so what is your experience when it comes to that? These boys never sleep. They stay up all night. DJ? DJ? You know, it's very interesting when we think about animals and their sleep schedule and their sleep patterns. Very different from humans. You know, humans, for the most part, we just, oh, you know, it's getting nighttime out. We're just going to sleep all night, and then that's basically it. Some other animals, that's not necessarily how their sleep schedule is. You know? I mean, surely there are plenty of animals that do sleep quite a bit at nighttime, but there's also, they may take naps throughout the day, which, you know, humans, I guess it really depends on your work schedule. You may or may not be able to take a little nap. And then also, there's other animals that perhaps they don't really have a set sleep schedule. It's more like they just sleep a little bit here, sleep a little bit there, and it's just kind of periodic. So I think it's very important. It's just very important to our overall health to get proper sleep. And if we are lacking that proper sleep, it can cause all sorts of issues because our body heals when we are asleep. When we are sleeping, our body is able to heal. And when it's able to heal, that's when we're able to function better, we're able to concentrate better, we're able to have less aches and pains in our body, and we're able to do things more efficiently. But I'm sure we've all had the moments where we have not been tired at all. I mean, we have been overly tired and we cannot concentrate, we cannot do things, and it's very hard for us because we don't get proper sleep that we need. So yes, proper sleep is very important, but how can we get proper sleep? That's what we're going to be talking about. If you feel restless, if you can't get enough sleep, some people, that's just how it is. You know, I have done so many things to help my quality sleep, and while it's not perfect, it is much better than it has been, you know, years ago. You know, it's because I found the proper things to do, and while, you know, it's not perfect, you know, it's just finding those proper things to do. Here's our amazing tea. All right, Boys, why don't you tell the people how you sleep? We don't sleep later. We watch you sleep, and we look at you all night long. See, that's a little creepy, boys. A little bit creepy indeed. A little bit creepy indeed. Anyway, we have our tea. Gonna be warming up a little bit. Okay. So everyone must be asleep right now. I think that they are. So why don't we talk to all those people who are vastly asleep and help them get an even more restful night's sleep? So I'm just going to, a lot of this I'm going to share my own experience when it comes to sleep and proper sleep and getting the right amount of sleep and getting quality sleep, because you can have good quality sleep and it be relatively short as opposed to hours and hours of very restless sleep. Okay, so let's first begin with, I guess, just the quality of sleep that someone can end up getting. This is going to vary greatly depending on so many different factors. I have tried personally so many different things, and really I didn't find anything specifically that really helped, because they always say don't eat several hours before you go to sleep. Don't be on technology several hours before you go to sleep. Things along those lines. And I've noticed that for me personally, there's absolutely no correlation between, sleep quality with eating and being on computers and phones and everything right before bed or not. Now, I would say that I don't like to eat too close to bedtime, because, your food's still digesting and everything. And it's like, I just don't like, I need to move around after I eat. I do not like to be still or stationary. So as a result, it's kind of like, yeah, I really don't like to be trying to lay down right after I ate something. So for the most part, I don't try to eat right before I go to bed. I really don't. I like to try to finish it up several hours before. So I've not personally noticed it, with it helping the quality of sleep, but yeah. Savannah, great to have you here. Greetings from Germany. I probably should go to sleep soon, but I'm kind of procrastinating that. Well, there you go. Look, you can listen to this, and maybe you will get better night's sleep tonight after listening to this helpful information. So I've never heard of anyone procrastinating to go to sleep, though. That's very, very interesting. It's very, very interesting. Procrastinating going to sleep. I've never heard of that, actually. It's interesting. It's very interesting. How does one procrastinate going to sleep? Because I guess if here's the thing. Okay, so I understand the concept. So you would be procrastinating with going to sleep, but you're doing something else that's perhaps could be productive. So in my case, a lot of times I am working on something. I am doing some sort of activity, and I'm working on something, some sort of project, or things along those lines, and I'm working on that, and I'm like, yeah, I probably should go to sleep, but I want to finish this up. I want to keep working on this, so it depends on what you're doing exactly. Is it procrastination, or is that you're focusing on something else that's occupying your time? Heathen Granny, what time is it for you? Yeah, I guess, let's say, I guess, Silvana, you may be in like the UK or something. It's probably like maybe 10 or 11 or even midnight over there. I don't know. I don't know exactly where you're located, but I know here for me, it's almost 5:20 p.m. Eastern time here. And I think Heathen Granny, you're over on the West Coast. So it would be 2:19 for you. Early. Still early in your day. See, like after I wrap up these streams on Sundays, I basically am like, okay, the day is almost over. I'm just gonna maybe get something to eat, such as this donut, maybe something afterwards. Oh no, I dropped a piece and I don't know where it went. I just vacuumed too. I have no idea. Oh well. It'll show up eventually. It'll show up at some point. Let's say, usually I don't do that. I just want the weekend to end. See, now that is the opposite saying most people say. Oh, never mind. I missed don't. Sorry. I don't know how to say. Okay, I just don't want the weekend to end. I understand now. I get it. I get it. Okay. I was about to say, it's like, okay, that is the opposite of what most people say. Most people say that they don't want the weekend to end, but then I missed the don't in your message. So yeah. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Most people do not want the weekend to end. For me personally, when it rolls around Monday, I like it. I honestly like the weekday more a lot of times than the weekend, surprisingly, because I feel as though I have more structure. Monday through Friday, I'm waking up at a certain time because there's things that I have to do in the morning, so I have a structure and set of things that I work on and that I do. On the weekends, that's not there, so there's less structure there. So I like that structure. I really do. I like to be disciplined and have that structure because it helps me be more productive. It's like on the weekday, I will wake up, sometime between 7 and 7:30 or so, and then go about my usual activities. On the weekend, sometimes I can wake up at that time, but usually maybe it's not until 8 or 9, something along those lines. So it really depends. It really depends. Aha! I found the donut piece. It's in the tea. It's in the tea. At least it didn't fall anywhere. It states 11:18 p.m. here. I need to get up at 6 a.m., so I should go to bed soon. But yeah, going to sleep means the new week and my work day will begin. Yes. Absolutely right. Absolutely right. Yeah. Yeah, if you have to wake up so early, that's probably why I end up going to sleep like around midnight or a little after, is because I only wake up like around 7 or so. So yeah, if you're waking up at 6, then yeah, unfortunately, you're gonna have to go to sleep and get quality sleep, because as we talked about, it's not about how many hours of sleep that you get, it's about the quality of that sleep. Because let me tell you the most interesting thing for me. This is what I have noticed. So when I'm sleeping at night, I can get so many hours of sleep, and I won't feel rested in the morning. I will feel bad. I will feel as though I just didn't get enough sleep. Then I'll take during the day, or another day. It doesn't even have to be the same day. I'll take a 15-minute nap, and I feel way better during that 15 minutes than I did hours upon hours of sleep at night. It's amazing. I think my body's kind of wired in a way. It's like I am more, I am better, more active at nighttime, and then during the afternoon, that's when my body is like the most tired. It doesn't think as well in the afternoon as it does at nighttime. Usually at nighttime, I have the most brain activity, I guess, which is why it's a little bit harder for me to go to sleep sometimes. But yeah, for me, it is very interesting how that 15-minute nap is all that I really need. And mind you, that is what is so crucial here. It's very, very, very quick, brief naps that are beneficial. Because when you hear the word nap, how long are you thinking a nap is? In your mind, what qualifies as a nap? What is the minimum time and what is the maximum time when taking the bite of the keto donut? No droppage this time. Hmm. Hmm. Let's take a sip of our tea to warm us up. Although we're not really too cold right now. Maybe it's cold where you are, but There you go. So, quality sleep. What is the minimum time? What is the maximum time when it comes to taking a nap? I would say the longest time you should be taking a nap at the very most would be 20 minutes. If you go over that, it's not a nap anymore. The minimum time would probably be 10 minutes, but ideally 15 minutes. So sometime between the 10 and 20 minute mark is a good nap. And let me tell you this is absolutely amazing. So you take that brief nap if you're feeling, whether you feel like, anxious or depressed even, or some sort of other mental thing going through your mind, you have racing thoughts and whatever, all this other stuff going on, you feel kind of exhausted and tired, whatever. That brief little nap that you can take can completely reset your day in a way that it seems like it's a brand new day. You wake up after that 15 minutes and it's like, wow. It's like a brand new day has started for you. You feel so much more relaxed, you feel at peace, you feel at ease. So it's certainly very important to do that. If you do it once or twice a day, that can be highly beneficial. So, however, can you only fall asleep for the 15 minutes? See, that's the interesting thing. For me, I don't have to set a timer or alarm because I don't fall asleep. I don't even lay it down really. I'm just kind of like mostly just like sitting up a little bit. I think that is the other major thing. Don't lay down if you're trying to take a nap because then you will fall asleep. Don't lay in your usual bed or you may fall asleep. So I can go on. Sometimes I will be so tired at times, it's like I'm sitting here working on something and I'm just like, I just fall asleep. Or it's interesting, like I'm very sensitive to like noises and sounds and that sort of stuff, but during certain parts of the day, such as in the afternoon, there can be a lot of noise, a lot of sounds, and I will just fall asleep during, take a little brief nap. And it's absolutely incredible because it's like I'm just thinking, why can't I do that at nighttime? If there's a sound off in the distance and I'm listening to it, it's like, why can't I just tune that out and just pay attention inside and just go to sleep? But no, I just can't. It's interesting. So that very brief nap that you take completely resets your day. It can make you feel so much better. So it's just about getting in the habit of taking those very brief naps and being able to utilize them to their maximum benefit of your overall health and well-being. Now, with that being said, the one downside I have personally experienced with some of those naps is that what happens to me is when I do go to sleep at night, my body will think it's taking a nap, so I will fall asleep. 15 minutes later, I will wake up and I'm wide awake, feeling fully refreshed, and as if like, oh, hold on now. Hold on now. I am wide awake now, and I'm not tired at all. What am I going to do? And now I'm stuck. You know? Edgar Allan Poe. Great to have you here. The hoe is in the house, right? 4 a.m. where you are. Wow. Amazing. No sleep for you, huh? That actually brings up another question here, which most human beings, I forget what the term is called. I looked into this a while ago, but most humans, they sleep during, the nighttime. That is their chunk of sleep. But then they don't really sleep any other time. Maybe like a nap here and there, whatever, occasionally. But most humans, they wake up in the morning, and they go to sleep at night. There's really nothing else in between there. I don't think that that is personally ideal. Here's a good example why. When you eat food, do you just wake up in the morning and just eat one big gigantic meal that'll last you for the whole day and that's it? No. Most people don't. Most people don't. You eat throughout the day, right? So why should the same not apply to your sleep schedule? If you feel tired, take a quick 15-minute nap and then you're feeling refreshed. You know? Or you may need to go a few hours here and there. Again, I do forget what this is called. If anyone can remind me of this, I looked this up a while ago. It has some sort of sleep cycle. But I forget what it's called. Edgar Allan Poe. Oh, you were in India. Okay. So it's very interesting to hear just all the different viewers that we have throughout the entire world. It really is. It's amazing. Let's see. Heathen Granny says, I usually listen to horror stories before I go to sleep. Very, very nice. I find that sometimes listening to something can be very beneficial, especially like talking. Sometimes, let me tell you this, I will be on my phone reading something, looking at something. You know, I'm like reading it and I'm like falling asleep as I'm reading it. You know, it's like, okay, time to put that away. Time to go to sleep now. And then what usually happens is, you know, I'll fall asleep. Sometimes I'll wake up like shortly after. Like, oh no, my body thinks this is nap time. It's not. It's time to go to sleep. Very, very interesting, right? Very, very interesting. Okay, let's say. I can sleep for 12 hours if I want. I don't know what's wrong with me. That is a lot of hours. I would never like to do that. That's maybe when I was a kid I used to do that, but not anymore. I'm wasting my day away. Even if I wake up a few hours later, I'm like, I wasted my day away. I have to do stuff. You know? We used to do that during hunter and gather her. I can't say the word. What is that word? I cannot say it. I know what the word is. Gather her. I can't say it. I'm struggling. Oh, Heathen Granny. Yes, thank you so much for the super chat. I missed the rooster. Did the rooster come down? I missed it. Love your streams and love you. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. And look, and now you have your names right here with the trademark, the satanic symbol, and the feather. Thank you so very much. Yes, thank you. I appreciate that. Can I give it a heart? There you go. I just gave it a heart. I don't know what that does exactly, but I gave it a heart and I gave it a like. Smash that like button. Smash that heart button. There you go. Smash it up real good. Smash it real good. Okay. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Okay. But yeah, back in the hunter and gather her. How do we say that? I'm struggling. Gather. I can't say it. But yes, we used to sleep in installments back then. I'm gonna have to listen to that word and try to repeat it. I can't. I don't know. Let's see. I've been joining your streams for a while now under different names. Existential Outrage was my previous name. You can remember me as your subscriber from India. Okay. Yeah, I know that there has been someone who has, said that they're from India. I guess that may have been you, or possibly someone else as well. I mean, we have viewers all across the world. So, We just won't ever have any viewers from China. Okay. Yeah, that won't happen. That won't happen because it's all blocked over there. So also it would be like it in the middle of the night. So, but then again, it's in the middle of the night for India as well. So I mean, you managed to make it as well, you know. So interesting. Been your subscriber since I was 25 and I'm now 34. Wow, almost a decade. That is absolutely amazing. And look, here I still am making videos. Making videos. Maybe not as much as I used to, but I do the live streams, I do the videos. I have other channels that I post hours and hours of content on, like the gaming one. That's like the one that gets like the most hours and hours of content on there. So yeah, it's hours upon hours of cringe commentary for bad games. Mostly bad games. A lot of bad games. Don't you dare call me an orange nugget. That's a good, right? That's good. Excuse me, it's Orange Cheeto. Thank you so much. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you about that. I guess we'll just have to see. I mean, honestly, I think the main thing is that it gets put back onto the states to decide what they want to do. You know? What the states are going to decide to do with certain people's, you know, rights or whatever. So ultimately, it's going to come down to whatever state that you live in for the most part. So that's how it is with most issues. If you notice, it gets thrown back to the states. But yeah, I don't. This was not a political conversation. So let's head back to the topic of sleeping for a moment here, because I wanted to talk more about what I do before I go to bed that really helps me get better sleep. I mean, not perfect, but certainly better. So one major issue that I've had over the years when it comes to sleeping is I get very restless at night. I will get very restless. I would not be able to, you know, lay down and just relax. I'll be tossing and turning a lot. My mind will be racing. I'll have a lot of racing thoughts, but it can also be very physical as well. There have been times that I'm laying there and I'm just like, I'm not tired. I've been laying here for hours, like 2+ hours, and I have not fallen asleep yet. And I'm just like, ugh, it's so annoying. Sometimes my mind is racing as well. So there have been times that I've gotten up in very like late at night, like at 2 a.m. or something, and I run. I'm running in place for like 10 minutes just to physically wear myself out because I have like too much energy. It's like I'm laying there at 2 a.m. in the morning and my body has too much energy and I have to exhaust it. Somehow I have to exhaust that energy. And here I am running at 2 a.m. However, that has not happened recently because I found something that actually greatly helps that. And I actually brought it in with me today. Here it is. I'm joking, that's not it. It's actually this. This is the foam roller. So in Friday's topic, we discussed something similar to this. We discussed progressive muscle relaxation. This is basically how I kind of perform that as well. So let me tell you what I do with this. So a lot of times if you have restless legs, if you feel as though you cannot sit still and you know it's like, you know, you just need to move. It's because usually you need to relax those muscles in your legs. Sometimes they could be tight. Sometimes you just need to, like, with the progressive muscle relaxation, you can practice this right now. You know, it's like, you know, like put in a lot of like force and effort and resistance into your muscles. You know, it's like, and then just let it go, and then you feel relaxed. It's because you're straining the muscles, and you strain them and you strain them, and then you let it go, and then you feel more relaxed. Like even just that little bit right there, my arms feel a bit more relaxed. So you can do that with your feet. You know, just kind of curl them up, stretch them out, and just hold it for a few seconds, and just feel that tension, feel that resistance, and then just let it go and just feel relaxed. Okay. Those are extremely beneficial. Like I just did that with my arms and my legs, and I already feel a bit calmer and more relaxed already. So it's absolutely amazing. So that is something you want to do if you want to relax your muscles. So if you feel anxious, if you feel you have restless legs or a restless body or whatever, try that. Try that, and I think you will notice positive benefits from it. However, I also use this. This is a foam roller. Basically, what you do with this, it acts very much the same way. So I will extend my leg out. This will be on the floor. I'll extend my leg out, pretend that this is my leg, and I'll do the underside of my leg, just putting, you know, some of my body weight on it, and just kind of going slowly over the muscle to stretch it out, to relax it. And I do that to both of my legs, not on the top part. You always want to go underneath. So I do it underneath. I do it on my thighs. So I do it on my, what's that? I think it's like the calves or something is behind your leg on the lower half, and then I do it on my thighs. Do it on my butte as well. That's also very, very helpful, because sometimes, you know, if you're laying in bed, if you're laying on your side, which I often like to lay on my side, or even if you're laying on your back, your butt can become very, very sore and like tight and all this sort of stuff because of the bed that you're laying on. It may not be a good bed. Doing this on your booty can actually be really good. So I do it there. I do this on my upper back, lower back. You shouldn't do this on. You should never do it. Pretty much the entire front part of your body, you don't want to do it on except for your thighs. Your thighs are okay to do this on the front. Everywhere else, do not do it on the front at all. I do this on my upper back. I do this on my neck. So I put this behind my neck, and I'll feel the tight muscle in there, and just kind of go like this and do that. In addition, I also do this on my feet as well. So I'll put my feet on it, like, you know, like the arch of the foot, and I'll just go like this on the ground, and I'll, you know, stretch all the muscles out. Since I've been doing that in combination with stretches right before bed, all of the problems that I've had with tossing and turning and restlessness and all this other stuff have almost completely diminished entirely. It's absolutely amazing what that's capable of, because stretching did help that quite a bit, but adding this on top of that just made it all the more better. So my routine right before bed is like 10 to 15 minutes of stretching and this. And I recommend anyone, you know, get in the habit of doing something like that right before bed, because it does really, really help, especially if you're prone to, you know, having any sort of discomfort or restlessness when you're trying to sleep. Now, we did talk about the progressive muscle relaxation. That can greatly benefit you as well. But, you know, maybe you're like me also. You need to use this to stretch out. I use it on my feet. Look, here you go. Look, here's a good example. There you go. That's right. How cute. How cute. Anyway, so yes, that is that. Fantastic. Okay. Oh, I have missed Erica. Erica, great to have you here. How are you doing tonight? I'll see what you have to say in just a moment here. All right. Let's see, I'm in my 30s and have been a night owl since my teenage years. An interesting thing I learned this weekend is that my 90-year-old grandfather, who has shifted to a nocturnal schedule, feels that nights seem more real than daytime. I completely understand what he means. Do you? Interesting. Interesting. So to me, I don't like stay up like all night or whatever, but I am more focused at nighttime. I can concentrate more. I can be more productive at nighttime as opposed to midday. So I'm the type of person that I would probably rather sleep in the afternoon and then wake up, you know, in the evening and stay up all night. That would be ideal for me. It really would. So yeah, like go to sleep like around 12:30 or like 1 p.m. and then wake up like at 6 or 7 p.m. You know? That would be like ideal. But yeah, most of the world and, you know, people's schedules and such, they're not really like that, are they? You know, you have work to do, you know, unless you work a night shift or whatever, then that's really not your sleep schedule. And even if you do work a night shift and that is your schedule, guess what? The problem is then, what about your family and your friends? Will you be able to see them? Will you be able to go anywhere? What about if you have doctor's appointments or going to the grocery store, going to restaurants? All that stuff is closed. You know, it's like, it's just, yeah, it's not really gonna work. I guess you could always do it in the morning before you go to bed. But you know, it is what it is, I suppose. But that is very interesting. The night times feel more real. Never really heard it phrased like that, but that is interesting, isn't it? It is very, very interesting. We're almost done the tea here. I said the little piece of donut that we had earlier is still in here. It still tastes like the donut too. Just a little bit soggy now, but it still tastes like it. There we go. The tea is done, and then the donut is officially done. So, I would say when it comes to sleep, my major issue, as I just mentioned it there, is a lot of energy that I end up having, which I've already kind of remedied, but also getting the proper neck pillow and neck elevation. So my body goes through phases, and I have to figure out which phase it is in right now. It's like, is it in the phase where I'm more comfortable if I sleep on my back with I always use a pillow at my neck. It has to be kind of like a curved little pillow that fits my neck. I found the right one. I have it. It works very, very well. But without that, I don't sleep well. I really don't. I have to have that there for comfort and support, and I kind of have to like put my head back more, you know? So I have that. Or am I going to be sleeping on my side? And it also depends on what side you're going to be sleeping on too, because for the most part, I do sleep on my side, but different sides have different purposes. So if I sleep on my left side, that's better for my digestion, but it puts more pressure on my heart. If I sleep on my right side, it can, it's perfectly fine with my heart, but if I have any sort of abdominal discomfort or digestive problem or whatever, that's not the good side to lay on. So it's like, Now, ideally, a very comfortable position is actually on my stomach. However, there are two main problems with that. One is that I don't have any sort of way to not tilt my head when I'm trying to sleep, so I don't have like a hole in my pillow and in my mattress to put my head face down. I don't have that. Like one of those like massage tables. I don't have that. So that is a problem, because usually I'll have to have it at the side, and then after a few minutes my neck is hurting so bad. And then sometimes I'll kind of position my body in a way that I kind of have my hand like this, and I'll have my leg out. But the problem then is that because of my circulation, This hand here becomes numb after like five minutes. It just begin to get numb, and it's like, oh. So that is not the optimal way to sleep. So you just got to figure out what is best for your body and what time, because everyone is different. It could also be based on the elevation, because sometimes I need more pillows, other times I don't need as many. Look how cute. Can't neglect him. Look how cute. DJ. Oh. See, I guess you nailed it right there. Feeling sharp, focused, and more creative. You're absolutely right. Absolutely right. Sharp, focused, and more creative. Now think of something that is troubling you or something that is on your mind. And we're going to draw the card of the week. And we're going to maybe give you some sort of insight or answer into this. What can help you this week? Maybe what are some things you can look out for? Maybe there's a question on your mind about something. Something that has been bugging you that you just maybe want some sort of clarity to, or maybe think about it a little differently. So that's to draw the card and let's see what we end up getting. We get the Hierophant. Let's see what it says. So I actually did like a reading for myself the other day because I was so confused about something. I wanted some more clarity on something. So these can certainly help. Let's say mercy, conformity, forgiveness, social approval, bounded, and inspiration. I wonder if we got this one recently. Interesting. So maybe some of those terms may resonate with you to some degree. Conformity, forgiveness, social approval. Interesting. Interesting. I don't know. We have to just be mindful, I guess, of the things that are going on in the world and in our life, and just see where things go. Maybe some things that we're missing in our life. Some things that we're not really paying attention to. Things that may bother us. You know, I always say this, like, when we get so caught up in our mind and we're thinking about something again and again and again, we're so focused on it. A lot of times we just need to take a step back. But most people cannot take a step back. They're not able to take a step back. Instead, sometimes you need an external source to step in and view things for you from a different perspective to get that sort of insight that you need. You know, maybe that's what we need sometimes. You know? Hmm? 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 Boys? How cute are you? Okay. So, folks, we have a special gift for anyone who could possibly be here. Okay. Oh, there you go. Look, Promise Rose just got a gift membership. I think Promise was here like last week. And Meg got a gift membership. We haven't seen Meg in a while. I don't know if she's even been here this year, but congratulations, Meg. Elaine, congratulations on the gift membership. Good old Rose. Congratulations, Rose. and Anton. Congratulations, all of you, on the gift memberships that you have received. This allows you to get early access to new videos. You get the level 2 tier or something. I forget what it's called, but you get that, and you get early access to new videos before they're publicly released. So there you go. Oh, look, Granny has become a member herself. Yeah, you didn't get a gift membership, unfortunately, Granny. You weren't lucky today, but thank you for becoming a member on your own. I appreciate that. So look, now Healing Granny has a trademark, the satanic symbol, a feather, and a heart next to her name. You got 4 symbols next to your name. 4 symbols. That is absolutely amazing. It won't show here, but it shows in a chat. That's really nice. Well, thank you so very much for becoming a member, and congratulations to all of you people who got the gift memberships. I really wish it would prioritize the people actually in the chat, but you know how YouTube is. It does not quite do with that, it seems. So anyway, I will be taking my leave in just a moment here. I want to thank you all so very much for tuning into the broadcast for this February, the February 2nd, or first broadcast of February. Next Sunday, we're going to be live again. Let's see what date that is. That is February 9th. So I look forward to seeing you all again then. So I'm going to wish you all a great week and have a fantastic week ahead. And I'll see you again here next Sunday. So take care. Bye-bye. Bye, boys and ladies. Bye, boys and ladies. That's right. Bye, boys and ladies. That's right. Boys! Bye-bye.